The plan this morning then was to hit the top of Helvellyn, or the summit, shall we say, for sunrise. So we set off nice and early, and I managed to find what I think is the one available parking spot in Patterdale that is free. And obviously, I may come back to a ticket later on. We shall see. So here we start heading up the hill. We are out of the village now. There is a river rushing below me, but I can't see a thing. And it looks like, no pun intended, this is going to be the case for a while. So in spite of now being on the more techie terrain and starting what I think is on the right path on an incline, I'm a little bit too cocky, as you'll hear in this next little bit. I have a feeling Gem and I massively miscalculated. Taking into account your elite status, I still think you should leave the car no later than 3:30. Do you hear that? Proper cocky. Proper like I knew everything. I've never walked up before, let alone in the dark. I've never done that before. So what was I thinking that I knew it? Anyway, I'll soon realise that I've messed it up, as you can see in this next bit. So I have just discovered that I took the wrong path. My timing was based on going diagonally up. And I've just clocked that I'm going round the houses the long route. So it doesn't look like I'm going to make it up there in time for sunrise now, annoyingly. But hey ho, it's very, very easy to miss all this in the dark. It's very hard to even stay on the path in the dark, so let alone finding other little paths that come off it. But hey ho, we're still going. You can make all the excuses you want, mate. The fact is we messed it up because we were too cocky. We thought we were better than we were. So sunrise coming up, I thought let's go sideways. I don't really want to go all the way around the back of the hill, which is where we were heading. I don't really want to have to go all the way back down to where we were, so let's try and go up that way. So as I'm going diagonally across and up, I see this massive boulder field. It doesn't look very inviting. It looks really sketchy and ankle breaky. So I turn my attention to up. This is what's up. I'm a pretty decent climber. It looks climbable. I climb the first bit. Yay! I look at the next bit. It looks climbable. As I get there, nope, I have to head back down again. The front backpack setup I had, the shoes I had on, just the whole thing. It's, you know, you pull on a stone and it moves. Yeah, I'm just going to head back down. So down and down and down I go. Do you remember that song? Down, 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 get down, 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 down. I can't remember who it's by, but that's essentially what I do here. I go down, 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 down to avoid this horrible, sketchy looking boulder field. And still down, 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 down I go. It is super steep and the camera doesn't show just how sketchy this is. But finally, I'm back on the path. I love a good waterfall. Oh yeah. So here's the boulder field I avoided, and here's where I am now, and that's where I'm going. First little bit of sunlight to hit my face, lovely stuff. Just overcome the fence, and now here we go, straight up. We are starting to bear crawl, one-handed, very poorly done. This is a bear crawl. Oh no, that's just up. This is a bear crawl. No, that's down. Wait, this is a bear crawl. Here comes a bear crawl. There's a bear crawl somewhere. Here's this. This is a bear crawl. Now, how did the camera get there, somebody asked. Movie magic, that's all I'm going to say, movie magic. But there's lots of bear crawling. Bear crawling from the side, bear crawling from above, just lots of bear. It was just really tough. Many, many hundreds of meters of bear crawls, basically. Absolutely exhausting stuff, as you can see. But, you know, I'm just a champion. So you're always really careful when you're going up, not to grab certain things. So this here, for example, that's not rock. So you can easily slip when you grab that stuff. But again, this is all just so spongy. Your hand disappears, your feet disappear. So difficult, but we're near the top now. I hope. Well, thank you very much for that PSA there, vital information, but we're nowhere near the top, absolutely nowhere near, as evidenced by further bear crawling. Yeah! And I thought I'd leave the audio on that clip so you can hear just how efforty it really was. But you can see how far I've come. Now I'm chilling on a rock like a lizard for a couple of minutes just before I head all the way up to meet that path that I missed in the dark. It's just there. It's so close. Just a few more metres across this boggy, soggy, tricky, ankle breaky stuff. It is now super windy and cold, even though it's very sunny. So, while it's nowhere near as difficult as the last bit, I'm much colder now. And I'm not sure I like it. But we're getting closer. Well, despite me not liking the cold, let's face it, the views are absolutely stunning as we start to ascend up to the summit of Helvellyn. As we look at this lake, you can see the wind in a second blowing across it, how strong it is. The wind as we get higher up is relentlessly strong. And while the sun is out, it's lovely, it is bitingly cold. Almost, I would say, it potentially in the minuses when I stopped at the top. But as we go up this path, you can see it's more and more sketchy. There's less and less actual path. It's so much more of a choose your own adventure. It gets thinner and thinner, and it goes up to this rocky bit, as you'll see. As we get there, it is some proper legit climbing. 2 hands, 2 feet necessary. I couldn't actually film as I was climbing it in this next little bit. And it is very much, you can just kind of go whichever path you want, and you can see as you get higher up just why this is a much less walked mountain or big hill as many of the others. So this is a bit I had to put down the camera, and I actually had to legit climb over this 2 hands, 2 feet. But when we do, we get past that first rocky section and you see, wow, just how far we come, and there's one more of these things to go and we're at the top. This is where the wind just smashes you from all angles. You can see how windy it is in the shadow there, but it is relentless. The views are gorgeous. Some girls actually slept up here last night that I passed on the way down. It must be freezing. I really didn't want to spend too much time at the top because it was so windy and cold. So here we start on the descent, and it's super sketchy, super crumbly, super loose, super rocky, very, very, very steep. The sort of thing you have to do a one-legged squat, put your foot down on the next bit, check it's stable before you move on. Definitely can't be jogging or running down this kind of stuff, especially in this relentless wind. It almost blew me over several times. Seriously, it is crazy strong. And on these kind of knife edge type rocks, again, it's even more sketchy. You can see just how cautiously I'm moving down. I normally jump and run down this kind of stuff. This bit is nuts. There's like no space for the feet. It's a bit wet, but at least it's not windy. On this bit at least. Ooh. But it's super sketchy. Super sketchy. Just like on the ascent, the descent is very much a choose your own adventure. You can pick up these little bits of path, but they kind of veer off either side again, depending on where people have gone. But we've got over one of them. Again, like the other side, there's another one of these to get through. I managed to stay on this side, which is less windy. But again, where's the path go? The hill just decides to disappear. I've got to get over there, but which bit do I choose? 2 hands, 2 feet. Let's do a little bit more climbing again. It's just techie stuff. So that's the drop on one side. That's the drop on the other side. Here I am, going this spine, and it's still crazy windy. So the iPhone is actually extremely good at isolating the voice and cutting out the wind, but you can still hear the wind very much in that. So this is the spine I just walked along. It is just as dodgy as it looks. But we're over the worst of it. We're now onto more stable terrain, a little bit flatter, a little bit more meandering. So I would normally be jogging down this kind of stuff, but it's just a little bit off. However, let's get a little jog on this bit then. It's not too bad. There's not too many tiny rocks, so I can get a little bit of a jog on here. Nothing crazy. Just a little wind assist, little power boost. Yeah. Woohoo! This is where it's at. I would say that jogging lasted for all of a few minutes before my back and my ribs just did not like what was going on. But I walked from down there. Sorry, walked. Bear crawl. Do you remember the bear crawl? All the way up to where I am now. And now I'm back on the path that I should have been on the way up, which is much easier to see, obviously, in the lights. So to give you the side angle, that's where I was, and I bear crawled up all the way. Aren't I a champion? Well, some might say champion, some might say Wally brain, but I'm back on the path with some insights into pain, would you believe it? So at the beginning of this walk, I actually had a really bad blister on my left little toe. Super painful when I started. But now the whole rest of my body's in so much pain, I'm not even focused on the toe at all. So how to solve pain problems in one area, make another area so much more painful. Pretty terrible advice. Terrible advice indeed, but I was pretty doolally by that point. So at this point, I just picked up the tarmac, heading back into town. I am pretty battered, making all sorts of moany videos, but, you know, I guess for good reason. Check this out. This is what I've done today. So we're up at 3:30 AM, we started walking at 10 to 4. We're walking along the road through Patterdale, here we go, and we turn left and we start going up the hill. And up, that's where we made our mistake. We went left, we should have gone diagonal. I read the map wrong, all my faults. We're going along, happy as Larry, thinking we're gonna make it to the summit for sunrise, but no. We get to this bit and we realise, oh, whoops, can we go back? Don't want to go back, let's go up. Definitely can't go up, let's go back. So then, oh man, this is going to be forever. Take a look upwards again. Can I go up? I reckon I can go up. Let's go up. So we go up. Up and up and up and up. That's the giant long bear crawl. Finally back onto 2 feet again as we summit. This is where the wind really starts to hit you. This is where it gets really techie. That is where the wind smashes you in the face and you want to just get back down as quick as you can over some more rocky sketchiness, warning everyone on the way down just how windy it is on the way up. Get into a little bit of a jog, and this is where the pain starts to really sink in. Ow, 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 with every step. And this is where I do my moany videos. That's where I do another little video. And I'll do another few videos here. And finally, we are back at the car. Oh, there's the car. Question is, does it have a ticket?